What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Sports. And, Phillies could not secure the sweep of the Washington Nationals. They lose 5-1. Offense couldn't really find a way to cash in with runners in scoring position. They go 0 for 9 in that specific category. They also leave 10 runners on base, and they had a lot of chances, especially throughout the first 4 innings, throughout the last few innings of the game, even in the top of the 9th inning, where they get bases loaded and nobody out against a rookie pitcher. But then, of course, they go to Kyle Finnegan, and then he shuts the door down, only allowing 1 run to cross the plate there. And then from the Aaron Nola standpoint, majority of the game was really good for Aaron Nola, but of course 2 mistake pitches by Aaron Nola results in 5 runs for the Washington Nationals, a 3-run shot by Josh Bell, which Josh Bell, I guess at this point, was inevitable because he didn't get a hit before that home run in this entire series, and then a 2-run shot by Lau to make it 5-0, and that was basically the entire game from there. The Phillies really just could not get anything going today, and they lose this final game of a 3-game set before they come back tomorrow for the home opener in Citizens Bank Park. Not going to kill them. I don't think there's a reason to kill them, but, people are going to be miserable. Yes, you can criticize. I'm not saying that you cannot criticize, but I'm not going to openly kill this team 3 games into the season when they won the series. You can criticize Aaron Nola, but that doesn't mean Aaron Nola is a bad pitcher. I see it all throughout Twitter that Aaron Nola stinks, blah, 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 blah. I've watched Aaron Nola for 10 years. I'm perfectly comfortable with Aaron Nola in my starting rotation. That's basically the bottom line right there. So, before we get into the rest of this stream and this pod, if you're new to the channel, I definitely recommend that you do hit that subscribe button. It would do me such a great deal of service with the YouTube algorithm. You can also drop a like. You can also leave a comment in the comment section down below. I love to interact with you guys down there. You can also use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK. It is a great deal. Don't pass it up to get yourself down to the bank and see some upcoming Phillies home games here as they play the Rockies this week and the Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm sure that's going to be a hot ticket as well. So, yeah. Definitely utilize that code. It's a great deal. Don't pass it up. You can also follow at TTP Sports on TikTok and Instagram for real shorts and all that good stuff. So, Phillies dropped this final game in Washington 5-1. Offense really couldn't get... Well, I wouldn't say they couldn't get anything going. They had their chances. They couldn't cash in the runs in scoring position. They had 8 hits on the day. They went 0 for 9 with runners on. Schwarber went 0 for 1. Marchand had a lot of chances. He went 0 for 3. Bohm went 0 for 2. Stott goes 0 for 2. And Rojas goes 0 for 1. Marchand does have the lone RBI, but that came in the top of the 9th inning off of a force out. If you look at the entire Phillies lineup as a whole, Kyle Schwarber, he went 1 for 4 in this game, so he records another hit, so he had a hit in every game in this series. Alec Bohm, his first quiet game in the series, he went 0 for 5. He was very aggressive at the plate today. Definitely had some unlucky moments from him with some good swings that didn't result in much, but still 0 for 5 is 0 for 5. Bryce Harper goes 1 for 4. Nick Castellanos goes 1 for 3 with a walk, so Nick Castellanos, he has a couple of walks in these in this first series, so that's very interesting. Bryson Stott goes 0 for 4. Edmundo Sosa, he goes 2 for 4, so we had a nice day at the office. Brandon Marsh, 1 for 2. He walked twice in this game against the lefties, so interesting things there from Brandon Marsh. Johan Rojas, he goes 1 for 3. Cody Clemens came in the pinch hit in the top of the 9th inning. He walked in that lone appearance, and Marchand went 1 for 4 with the RBI in the top of the 9th inning. And if we look at the pitching stat line, obviously, the glaring issue there is the 5 earned runs from Aaron Nola. He had total of 5 1/3 innings, 6 hits allowed, no walks, 8 strikeouts, 2 home runs allowed on 95 pitches. That is a classic Aaron Nola stat line, if it isn't one. He strikes out a lot of guys, does not walk anybody, but he allows the home runs. That's basically it there from Aaron Nola. And maybe I'm just so numb to the Aaron Nola experience to where I expect the home runs to happen at some point, and they did. So maybe that's why I'm just not going as egregious as most people are. And also, I think it combines to the fact that it's game 3 of the season. I think that also comes to where I'm perfectly just leveled right here. Yeah, I'm frustrated in the moment, but also, it's game 3, people. I'm not going to go fucking crazy bashing Aaron Nola because he did Aaron Nola things in today's game. You saw the very good from Aaron Nola, and you saw the 2 mistake pitches that resulted in home runs. That's what you get from Aaron Nola. But still, I've watched Aaron Nola for 10 years in this league in a Phillies uniform. I've seen some very good, I've seen some very bad, but I think the good outweighs the bad from Aaron Nola, and I am perfectly fine and perfectly comfortable with him in your starting rotation. Most teams, Aaron Nola would be a number 2 starter. Maybe some teams he would be a number 1. Most teams would give him that contract that the Phillies did. He's not a bad pitcher. He's a good pitcher in this league. He's a number 2 or a number 3. In this rotation, he's a number 3, but just because that's how deep the rotation is, minus Taijuan Walker. So, I'm perfectly comfortable with Aaron Nola being your number 3 starter. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, we go through just the overall from today's game. Phillies, like I said, they had some chances throughout the entire game, especially in the first 4 innings. Kyle Schwarber, he led off the game with a single, and Nick Castellanos also had a 2-out single in the top of the first, but nothing happened there. Top of the second inning, Marsh had a 1-out walk. Rojas also singled, so you had 2 runners on there for Marchand. He grounded into a double play. Top of the third inning, Harper with a 2-out single, and Castellanos with a walk, but nothing happened there. Stott grounded out. Top of the fourth, Edmundo Sosa reached it on an infield single. He managed to go to second base on a wild pitch. Rojas, he grounds out, which got Sosa over to third, but then nothing happened there as Marchand flew out. And then in the top of the fifth inning, nothing happened there. But bottom of the fourth, that's when Josh Bell hit his 3-run shot. Nola got 2 quick outs there, striking out Wood, getting Garcia the ground on the first pitch, but then unfortunately he hit Ruiz on the fucking toe. So it's a hit by pitch. He goes to first base, and then Lau battled in his at-bat. 6 pitches, fouled a couple of pitches off. He managed to get a single, and then Josh Bell, first pitch hacking, just barely gets the ball over the wall for a 3-run shot. Becomes 3-0 there. Phillies don't do anything in the top of the 5th. Don't do anything in the top of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th inning, Nola out there for his final inning. Gets the first out, but then Ruiz singles. And then Lau once again battles in his at-bat in the 3-2 count. Fouls a couple of pitches off, and he hits a 2-run shot to center field, making it 5-0. And that was the final batter for Aaron Nola as Ruiz came into the ball game. Top of the 7th inning, Marsh with a leadoff single, and Marchand also had a single, so you had first and second for the top of the lineup. Kyle Schwarber did get hit by a pitch, and Alec Bohm grounded out into a double play with bases loaded there, so that's unfortunate in that situation. Bottom 7, Strawman for the game. He does his job. Top 8, Phillies don't do anything. Tanner Banks comes in for the bottom of the 8th inning, got a double play there as well. Good play by, I believe it was Bryson Stott for the unassisted double play. And then top of the 9th inning, Sosa with the weird single that turned into a double because the right fielder for the Nationals, Cruz, he bobbled the ball, and then Marsh walked, then Clemens walked, and then Finnegan came into the game. Marchand grounds out, force out at second base, which allows a run to score. Then Schwarber strikes out, and Bohm lines out the second base on the first pitch. Bohm was very aggressive today at the batter's box. I want to see his pitch counts today. So in the 9th inning, he swung at the first pitch. The at-bat that he had, when was his last at-bat previous to that? And the at-bat that he had where he grounded out into the double play with the bases loaded, he swung at the first pitch. His third at-bat, he swung at the first pitch. His second at bat, where is it at? His second at bat, he had 4 pitches there, and then in his first at bat, he swung at the second pitch. So he didn't really see that many pitches in today's game from Alec Bohm. He was very in the aggressive mindset today. So, not gonna kill him. But like I said, I'm not gonna kill this Phillies team like some people are going to right now, just from the viewpoint of just wanting to be miserable, and people just like, oh, look at this, they scored 10 runs yesterday, they scored 1 run today. People are going to have that viewpoint. People just want to be miserable at the end of the day. What else is there? Yeah. 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. He left 10 runners on base. Not much really else happened in this game besides the 2 home runs from the Washington Nationals. The Phillies pitching really settled down the Washington bats from here on out. What are you going to do? First series of the year, you won 2 of 3. That's basically the most that you can ask for right there. Starting off the season 2-1. And if anything else matters to people, the Atlanta Braves, they're 0-3 to start the year before they play the final game tonight against the Padres in that 4-game set. And the New York Mets, they're 1-2. They lost their series to the Houston Astros, which is very weird that they have a 3-game series and they don't play on Sunday. They played Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and that's their series. That is very, 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 very weird. It's a long season, boys. You start off 2-1. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Win your series. Is it winning 2 of 3, 3 of 4 the name of the game? Just win your series, and you'll be perfectly fine. Yeah, eventually you're going to have to start going on some long winning streaks, but it's only 3 games into the season. No point of really going on the overly dramatic part. Yes, we can criticize Aaron Nola as much as we want because, yes, the same patterns do tend to happen through a lot of Aaron Nola starts. He gets off really good, has a stretch of where he's going very good and he looks very sharp, and then he just has that one inning where for some reason it just falls apart, and it always happens in the 4th inning. I have no idea why the RAV 4th inning just always haunts Aaron Nola. I don't know. He just hits a guy in the toe and then turns into a 3-run shot. I don't know how to really explain all that from Aaron Nola's standpoint. It just happens. It just does. It just does. But like I said, I'm still very comfortable with Aaron Nola in my starting rotation. I don't think that's ever going to change that mindset unless he just has a very terrible year, which I don't expect Aaron Nola to have. He's going to have his bad starts. He's going to have his really good starts. So that's what you expect from Aaron Nola. It also doesn't help when your offense gets a bunch of chances in the first 4 innings to score some runs, and then they don't. So that puts a lot more pressure on your starting pitching because eventually when you don't score runs, when you get a lot of chances, that's going to come back to bite you in the ass, and that's exactly what happened with Josh Bell's 3-run shot and Lau's 2-run shot. So you had chances in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and the 4th. You didn't score. Nationals get the chances, and obviously it's from the home run ball, so not going to kill him. And granted, it was basically the fact that when Aaron Nola allowed the first home run to Josh Bell, that's when everyone was going crazy. And it was basically just to the point, why are we going crazy? Zach Wheeler on Thursday and Jesus Luzardo yesterday also allowed home runs to give the Nationals the first runs of the game. And we didn't kill them then. I think it's just from the fact that it's Aaron Nola. I think that's really the case right there. Luzardo allowed a 2-run shot yesterday, and Wheeler allowed a solo shot to get the Nats on the board. So not going to really, and then obviously during that argument, Nola let the second home run, so I really couldn't say anything else much because he was basically just feeding more ammo to the haters. That's basically what it was. He was just feeding them more ammo, more ammunition in the gun. That's basically what it was. So I was like, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it because you're never going to agree on the fact. Just as the case, never going to agree on the fact. I'm probably going to be getting into an argument with Russ tomorrow because he does not like Aaron Nola. Probably is going to be the case on the Russ Joy show tomorrow. Tune into it at 8:30 or whenever he decides to start the show. I'm probably going to be in the comment section if I am awake at that point, talking to him about Aaron Nola doesn't suck. You just don't like him. It basically is there. Like I said, I've watched Aaron Nola a lot of years. A lot. 10 years, might I add. I'm perfectly fine with him in my rotation. I just want to see some of the people on Twitter that are complaining about him, even though it's probably not the case right here. What else is there? No, I don't really see anything else. But it's funny, too, if you want to talk about some things that are not going to last for the rest of the season. The Miami Marlins, they're 3-1 to start the year. They're in first place in the NL East because they won their series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Yeah, that's the only time they're probably going to be in first place. And also, look, because the Atlanta Braves, they're 0-3. The Mets, they're 1-2. That's not going to go through a 162-game season. The Phillies are 2-1. They're fine. They're fine. What are some of the Dodgers? Probably they're 5-0, so they're probably they're the best team in baseball. They're the best roster in baseball. So the Dodgers, they'll probably fight for a win record this year with the pace they're going, and with the way the Yankees are going, they're freaking hitting home runs all over the place. They're scoring a bunch of runs all over the place. A lot of people want to attest it that they're cheating because they changed the look of their bat. The bats look weird, but they're not illegal. They're not illegal. Even though Aaron Judge is hitting home runs all over the place because it's Aaron Judge. I believe he hit 3 home runs yesterday. He was like a couple of inches short of hitting 4 home runs yesterday, but he also hit a home run today, and I think Jazz hit 2 home runs today as well. They were just hitting home runs all over the place against the Brewers pitching staff, so it was just a crazy week in the baseball. It really was. So I no reason to go crazy here. You're 2-3. So let's see. Let's look at the upcoming schedule for the Phillies. Let's look at this home stretch here as they come back to Citizens Bank Park. So they play the Colorado Rockies for the next 3 days. Obviously, they had the off day on Tuesday in between that series, so that weird scheduling by Major League Baseball. So Monday, rain dependent. They are playing the Colorado Rockies. Christopher Sanchez on the mound, going up against German Marquez. Last year, I don't think he pitched that much. I believe I believe he's just coming off a Tommy John surgery, if I'm not mistaken. He was 0-0 with a 6.75 ERA, so it is what it is. Then they have off Tuesday. Then Zach Wheeler is going to be pitching on Wednesday, going up against Kyle Freeland. And then Taijuan Walker is going to be pitching on Thursday against Antonio Senzatella. I'm assuming that guy will be making his first start of the year. The Rockies, what have they been doing? What did they do in their first series against the Tampa Bay Rays? So they lost the first game, won the second game, and they're currently playing their third game right now. No, actually, they lost that game 6-4. So they're 1-2 to start the season. They are 1-2 to start the season. And then if we go to the weekend series, next weekend against the Los Angeles Dodgers, Jesus Luzardo against Yamamoto, Aaron Nola against Roki Sasaki, then Christopher Sanchez against Tyler Glasnow. And then you have the off day on the Monday following that series, and then you go on the road for a few games against the Braves and against the Cardinals. So we'll see how it goes, but you get your first 6 games at home this week against 2 drastically different teams. The Colorado Rockies and then the Los Angeles Dodgers. Those are 2 drastically different types of teams. So take care of your business against both of them. Dodgers might be a little bit more difficult to take care of your business. Take care of your business against Colorado. I would say sweep them, but you got Taijuan Walker on the mound, so that's not guaranteed. That is not guaranteed. So just win the series at that rate. Hopefully your offense helps Taijuan Walker out and he doesn't screw you over. But, Taijuan Walker can't be that bad to where he gives up a lot of runs against the Colorado Rockies, right? Right? Am I giving him too much benefit of the doubt? I probably am. Sadly, probably giving him too much benefit of the doubt. I don't think I should be giving Taijuan Walker the benefit of the doubt. Ah, man. Yeah, it looks like that game just ended with Colorado at Tampa Bay. So they're 2-1 on the season. What else is there? No, I don't think there's that much. It's basically just looking at the upcoming schedule, the pitching matchups, and we'll see where we go. There was a little bit of updates on Trey Turner and JT Realmuto from Rob Thompson before the game. So he does expect both of them to be in the lineup tomorrow. The X-rays on JT were negative. So I guess it was basically they just won the series, so they don't want to force anything. Also, Max Kepler had an off day today, so most likely, bearing any setbacks, I would assume Trey Turner and JT Realmuto are both in tomorrow's lineup against the Rockies. So hopefully that is the case. And it's weird, too, because they said Trey Turner has been dealing with that since spring training, so that definitely is something to look out for as the season goes along. Speaking of which, this is from Tim Kelly. Trey Turner swung the bat and played catch during the game. He'll be reevaluated tomorrow. Sounds like he could get another day off because there is an off day after. JT Realmuto should be good to go tomorrow. Well, never mind. We might not get Trey Turner tomorrow. I open my big mouth. Anyway, to shut up my big mouth, might as well go to the Anytime Hotline and get you guys on here. Got some text from Zach, also a voicemail from Zach, and a voicemail from Sean as well. Zach also left a voicemail, too late, right after the stream ended last night. So we'll just get to his call from today, and then we'll also get to the rest of it.
Well, I'm going to attempt the reverse jinx here. Calling in before the game.
Oh, yeah. Zach called in before the game ended to try to reverse jinx it. Because sometimes he did that last year, and when the Phillies were losing, and they did end up winning. So Zach was trying that. Sadly, his intentions were not good.
I almost never do that. I always wait till the last out. But not much to talk about in this one. Aaron Nola had good stuff today. The two-seamer was nice, but made one key mistake. The Bell, Philly killer. Second home run, I can't fault him as much as later into the game. I thought it wasn't a terrible pitch. Lowe just did a good job of hitting. Not much to talk about for the lineup, really. Glad to see Sosa was okay after getting banged up there. But, you got 2 out of 3. That's the goal. Win every series. So, You know, they're above 500. Not much to complain about. Yesterday was an absolute blast being down there at the ballpark. On to the Rockies. Sanchez gets the ball tomorrow. So, you know, keep winning series, win the next series, and you got the Dodgers. You know, that's the name of the game. So, I'll let it go. Hopefully this works. I really doubt it does, but hey, why not? All right. Go Phils. Peace.
You could see, you could definitely tell he wasn't trying to say too much. Just hopefully maybe he put the Jinx in the good direction. But yeah, there's really not much to talk about from this game. Just basically, besides Aaron Nola in the offense, that's really just it. Besides that, not much else happened in this game. This game kind of flew by a little bit. So, did it fly by a little bit? Maybe. Maybe it just didn't feel like that because nothing was happening. I don't know. I don't know. But, yeah. Guess you could just say it's prototypical Phillies offense for scoring a bunch of runs in the first two games and then having your quiet game. That's basically, you know, the stereotypes definitely were in full intact today. I could definitely say so, the least. So, definitely the Phillies haters were out today and the complainers were out today. So let's get the Zach's text first. Actually, the Phillies can thank my premature call for not getting shut out. It also goes to the fact that, hey, at least you didn't get shut out. Let's get to Sean's call.
So today you saw some things that are tradition in most Phillies games. Number one, when facing Aaron Nola as an opposing team, just keep the game close because you know at some point he's going to make that critical mistake, which he did today. Number two, you knew as soon as Nathaniel Lowe reached in front of Josh Bell that ball was going over the wall. I mean, that was the worst kept secret known to man. Number three, you know that with runners on the corners and less than 2 out, Alec Bohm will inevitably hit a ball on the ground for a double play. But this game was determined early. I mean, you had chances to jump this pitcher early. He kept wriggling off the hook, and you just didn't get it done today. Hitting a little bit of tough luck at the end, but for the most part, hey, the Nationals in two of these games, their starting pitcher dominated the Phillies. So the fact that you got 2 wins out of 3, consider yourselves lucky. But again, this is a feast or famine offense. The starting pitching has to carry the day, and Nola didn't hold the fort today. But you still leave with a road series win. You must, in my opinion, sweep Colorado in front of the Dodgers. But, you know, every game is different. But I like our chances with Sanchez on the mound tomorrow, weather permitting.
Well, yeah, in a realistic sense, they should sweep the Colorado Rockies, even if they have Taijuan Walker on the mound, even though I can't guarantee that with Taijuan Walker. And I'm trying to, like, find some consistency on the weather because, like, multiple things are telling me multiple different things. So, like, if you go on the Weather Channel app, like, it'll say for tomorrow, it says no rain, 77 cloudy, and a 24% chance. But if you go on, like, the iPhone weather app, which I think uses the Weather Channel's reports, it says tomorrow an 80% chance of rain, 76. So I don't know where they're getting these numbers from. So we'll see. We'll just figure it out. If it rains tomorrow, if it rains in the morning, they cancel the game. They cancel the game. I don't know. I don't know. So the 3:00 game tomorrow. Maybe the rain will hold up. Orioles game got pushed back an hour tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see what they do. We probably won't find anything out probably until later tonight or tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow morning. So, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not going to overly kill the damn team just because of today's game. Not going to overly kill Aaron Nola just because of today's game. So, we'll see. They pushed their game back to, so their game tomorrow was at 1:30 and it's going to be 2:35. So interesting. We'll see. Like I said, we probably won't find anything out till later tonight or in the morning. So, is what it is. So I guess that'll do it for the most part. Get to you guys in the chat right here before we end it off. Austin, how you doing? Settle in, folks. This is the Phillies way. Sanchez won't let us down for the home opener. After that, well, after that it's Zach Wheeler, and then it's Taijuan Walker. So maybe the first 2 games. How long before the bats collapse? Oh my God, we're doing this again. We're doing this again. My God, it's 3 games into the season. That's the narrative. Oh boy, I'm not doing this narrative every single game, people. I'm not doing it 3 games into the season. Player call from yesterday. Yeah, we might as well actually. We might as well do Zach's call from yesterday. I forgot about that. Let's do that. Let's see. Let's give into a good feeling from yesterday's game.
Well, not too bad for my first Phillies game of the year. Oh, I had a fantastic time at Citizens Bank Park South. The section I was sitting in, man, was 80% Phillies fans probably. We got a couple Eagles chants going. I mean, it was beautiful, man. How about this offense lighting it up today? Bryson Stott gets it started with a dinger. Couple of hits for him. Marshy with the big 3-run jack. And how about Schwartz, man? Nothing like seeing a Schwartz bomb live. How about that? Sosa got in there. Had a couple good rips in a ribby. Rojas had that Little League hit that drove in a run, but it counts just the same, man. Loved what I saw the offense today. Bohm, good couple rips. Harper had a good couple. I mean, you know, the only one I'm looking at, JT was 0 for Kepler, 0 for with a walk. Hasty, 0 for but 2 walks. I mean, just an all-around performance by this lineup as police are coming by. But, man, how about Luzardo? I mean, he was a little wild early, but once he got control, nasty. 11 Ks. You know, Ruiz gave up this solo jack. Banks was good. Hernandez gave up that bomb to low. And Ross gave up a run, but he closed it out. Just a fantastic environment. I had a great time. Man, I mean, nothing like seeing the Phils live when they light it up like that. And how about Dylan Cruz? Not just a golden sombrero, but 5 strikeouts. Holy hell, man. So, yeah, it's running on a bit here, but great all-around performance by the offense, like what I saw at Luzardo. Bullpen, you know, a little shaky, but they had room to give up runs. So, good win, man. Beautiful win. I'm going Wednesday, the Rockies, and then I'm going Friday, the Dodgers. I just can't wait. I'm absolutely stoked to watch this team play ball again in CBT. Cannot wait, man. So, yeah, I don't know how fucking long this call is. Probably 3 minutes, but I'll let you go.
Just under 2.5.
Go Phils. Peace.
Love
Well, not too bad.
Nope, didn't mean to do that. But yeah, you sounded like you had a good time down there, Zach. I saw the post that you did in the Brodes Discord. So yeah, I'm sure yesterday's game was very fun. And yeah, hopefully you do have fun with the games you're going to this week with the Colorado game and the Dodgers game. I'll be at the home opener tomorrow or Tuesday, rain depending. And then I think my next game is on until like the 15th. The way that we chose the games with me and my cousin. So I think that's the way that's going. Because I sold Wednesday's game. I just got the SeatGeek notification. I sold that game, and then I already sold Friday's game against LA. So I have Saturday's game up for sale. My cousin's taking Sundays, and then obviously they're on the road the week after that, or next week, and then the week after that they're back at home. I think there's a game in there against the Giants that I'm going to. It's whole process. But yes, I will be at a bunch of games this year. I think that's the good summary. What else? Luis Robert actually looks good in Chicago to start the year. If we can get him without giving up Painter, then Dabrowski needs to pull the trigger. I don't think their price is going to come down on Luis Robert. And yeah, that's basically it. Hello, Talim. How do you feel about the Mets? You're 1-2 to start the year. Juan Soto does Juan Soto things, and your starting rotation is not that good, personally. Your starting rotation already is dealing with injuries, and I do think at face value your lineup's very good, but your starting rotation's not the best. Kodai Senga, yes, he's a stud, but if he gets injured, then it's Sean Manaea, Frankie Montas, who's not that good. You're relying on Peterson after he had a breakout year. Clay Holmes as a bullpen guy turned starter. I don't know if that's something you could rely on. It's not a terrible rotation. It's like a meh rotation compared to like the Braves, maybe compared to like the Phillies, then Dodgers, and all that stuff. The Padres rotation, it's not up there. Definitely isn't. So your offense is going to have to carry that team for the Mets, that is. But that'll do it for today, everybody. This is going on a little bit longer, so we'll end it off. We'll end it off there. So appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Phillies are 2-3 to start the year. Well, not 2-3. They won 2 of 3 to start the year. So can't ask for anything more there. Just wish, I guess, today wasn't a dud. But that's going to happen over the course of 162. You're going to have your duds. So I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to drop a like or leave a comment. Use the code TTPSports and also follow over at TikTok and Instagram at TTPSports. Good stuff.